Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Coach Curt Cignetti Show as we talk IUP Crimson Hawks football. Jack Benedict here, and what a game at Erie against Gannon the other day on Saturday, 48-3, the final score. Curt, congratulations on the win. First of all, talk about preparation and execution. You had them both, and wow, what a first half, huh?
Yeah, it was. We had a good week of practice. I thought we were really locked in, ready to play, expecting a big challenge. Gannon was capable of that. But, we jumped on them fast, offensively, really clicking on all cylinders, scored in all 5 drives, a number of big plays. Lenny had a great game. Defensively, we gave up a field goal early and then scored on a turnover, Mikel Makel, on a fumble. We created 4 turnovers on defense, won that 4-0 turnover ratio. 42-3 with 5 minutes going in the second quarter, we pulled Lenny and milked the clock the second half, had the ball 21 minutes. And, last 3 games, we've averaged over 21 minutes time of possession in the second half, been able to keep our defense off the field, which is always good. So it was a good day.
Yeah, pretty much dictated the whole thing. We've talked all year about the balance you've had with the offense,
right, rushing
and passing, and it continues to be that way. So, as the opposition, a defensive team, they can't play you one way or the other.
Well, we've got a number of weapons, and when we're on our game, we're capable of playing extremely well. We've had a number of games in the first half where the game's been over before halftime. Hopefully we can keep that going. Yeah,
you mentioned Lenny. He plays half a game. He still totals 334 yards. You only had to throw. He only had to throw 7 passes in the game. It's not often in today's college football you throw fewer than 10 passes, and you come away with it. But it was that type of game that you got out so strong so early. You could dictate.
Well, yeah, and as is the case with a couple of the other games too, is we hit on the passes early in the game and build the lead, and then but Lenny averaged over 33 yards of completion and 11 yards of rush. So
amazing.
We're throwing it when it counts, and right now we're throwing it effectively, and hopefully we keep doing that.
Yeah, exactly. It was nice to see Walt Pegues back in. Describe the 68-yard touchdown pass. It was a beauty.
Well, he had a real nice catch too. Series before on a post, he beat the guy, made a nice catch, and then on that particular play, he outran the safety, and Lenny threw a great ball. Protection was excellent. Walt made a nice catch and outran him, and Walt's got that great down the field speed. So
yeah, is this where Lenny has improved from the spring, from coming into this year? He wanted to improve his passing, and certainly we can see that it has improved.
Yeah, and it all starts with his footwork, and his timing, and he's much more decisive on his reads, understanding better, what we're trying to get done. He prepares really well. And, we've had good protection for the most part up front. We got guys that can get open, and, it's just helped.
Yeah, you're getting contributions from everybody. When you're 7-1, that usually happens. Rex Pierce, 66-yard pass play. I thought he was going to make it in. It was close. That was interesting, It was fun.
Yeah, and he showed some speed there, and, I think we caught them totally off guard. We were in a 2 tight end set with both tight ends in the boundary, and we haven't thrown much to the tight ends. And we had nice run action, pulled the guard, faked the back. Everybody sucked up. We cleared all the DBs out with corner routes, and Rex split the middle wide open, and guy caught him at the end. If we had a chance really to pick up a block to the field, but didn't, and got the ball down to the 2. It was about a 60-yard play or so.
Yeah, 66 I think is what they put it. The offense has been so potent. You're averaging almost 50 a game. The defense, however, seems to be improving now in the last couple of game by game. You gather that?
Yeah, I think we're starting to get there, and we're still not 100% with our health. We still have a couple guys not playing. But we're doing a better job. We really are. I thought we played really physical, especially on the perimeter. Saturday, our safeties had some really big hits, nice hits. It was good to see that. We're doing a better job 3rd down, getting them off the field. And, I think we have a chance to just get better and better and better on defense. I really do.
Mm-hmm. Miles Catlin was out. Nick Dabowski, a senior, started as a fullback a few years ago. He gets the hometown welcome. I'm sure they weren't too welcomed, but boy, he had a great game for you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a number of tackles. He had a big interception. he's a really smart football player. You know, he's a fourth-year senior. He played fullback his first 2 years. And he's in that three-man rotation with Kevin Clark and Miles Catlin. And with Catlin out, he's playing significant minutes. Damon Lloyd went out early in the game, so you know he was forced to play the whole game. And I thought he played extremely well.
Mm-hmm. On the defensive front, the defensive line, you have more depth than you've had in years, right?
Well, we had pretty good depth last year, and we've had some injuries this year. You know, Justin Weldon didn't play Saturday. Jamal Everett has just gotten back to full speed here in the last week or so. He's played the last 3 games, but he hasn't been 100%. I thought he was very disruptive. Mm-hmm. And, you know, DeAndre Easterling's really turning it up. And you know, I see it's evident that, you know, we're playing better up front, and that's where it all begins on defense up front.
You have some youth up there.
Yeah, we're young.
Yeah, exactly. You know, still staying with the defense, and you say about forcing turnovers, 19 interceptions, you had 3 of them last week. I look at you know, Mercyhurst, they've thrown 9 picks. Boy, I bet your secondary is probably, you know, really ready to go for this one.
Yeah, well, they've got a freshman quarterback. He took a little bit of a beating last week against Cal. We're playing a lot of zone. When you play zone, you have a chance to get interceptions. We have guys that have good ball skills, both at linebacker and at defensive back. So when we've had opportunities to come up with the ball, we have. It's great to see because those are game changers. You know, the turnover ratio really is extremely important. And we're doing a good job. We're number 1 in the country in turnover ratio, and we are by quite a bit right now. So hopefully we can keep it going.
You know, Curt, you had used the word the game was chippy, and you thought it might be that way, and you needed to have a little more discipline here and there. But, you know, that's tough, isn't it, to be aggressive and then to know when to do certain things, or is it a verbal type thing?
Well, we knew going in it could kind of be that type of game. It sort of has been with Gannon the last few years, and we talked, I addressed the team Monday and Friday about it. We're going up to play football, nothing else, walk away from any extracurricular. I thought 90% of the time we did a great job of that. There were 1 or 2 times where our guys maybe lost control of their emotions a little bit if something happened to them and retaliated. I mean, we only had 3 penalties. Yeah. But there was a point in the game where we did call timeout and address it with the team. And I just think that, you know, if you're going to make the next step, you know, those last couple steps are hard to make. And, you know, that's one area where we can improve, is just our overall discipline in terms of not only doing what you're supposed to do every play, but, you know, if something happens extracurricular, that you have the discipline to walk away so that they get the 15-yard penalty and you know, not an offsetting penalty.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's tough, and you know, the game of football is so aggressive, and it's just so high energy that these things happen. Another thing you were able to do in a game like this is utilize a lot of players. Boy, that second half, it was great to see everybody come in there when you were running the clock, wideouts and everybody else, or running backs.
Running backs. I thought, you know, Malik Anderson came in and did a really nice job, as did Drew Harris, our second offensive line. Went in there and blocked him really well. You know, Mike Pietropola did really well. You know, he probably could have had a touchdown pass. It was a bang-bang play. And, you know, we could have thrown the ball a little bit more, got him a little more experience, but that wasn't the plan. We were way ahead. I was just wanting to kind of get out of there. And defensively, same story. We were able to play some guys near the end. So, you know, it's valuable experience for everybody. Do
you feel the special teams are playing better than they were earlier in the year?
I've been pleased with our special teams for the most part. You know, our kickoff coverage needs to tighten up a little bit, but I think we've improved quite a bit. So,
well, you will be tested, I think, a little bit this week. Mercyhurst is only 2-7, but Richard Sanders is a very good return man. He's one of the few veterans they have, also with punts. I mean, he's a good all-around player. He's been around for a lot of years, so you really have to kind of keep an eye on him the whole time, won't you?
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's had a number of big plays for him, and you know, Mercyhurst was playing pretty well up to their capabilities. Now, the last 2 weeks, they have not played very well. I expect them to come in. Their pride's been tested and give their best effort. The Sanders in the return game and as a running back is a real weapon for him. So Mercyhurst is well coached. They're always tough. So
it's a very young team, isn't it?
Yeah, they're young.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the depth chart, and they've got a lot of young people on it. Well, you know, you're going into the next to the last regular season game. This is the way things you've wanted them to go. You have some momentum. And from the middle part of the year on is when you want to keep getting better and play on an uptick, which you guys are doing right now.
Well, we played very well on Saturday. Now that's gone. We've got to have a good week and play well this week. So I think everybody can see what's ahead, what the possibilities are. I like where we're at right now, and we got to get a few guys mended up, which I think we will. So, you know, one day at a time, one opponent at a time.
Yeah. How much do you have to instill upon the players during this week in practice? Hey, guys, we're playing a 2-7 team, but listen, you know, anything can happen in this game.
Well, hopefully right now we've had so many practices and, you know, everything is ingrained, how we do things, you know, the process of doing things right, that it won't be an issue. I mean, you can't ever take anything for granted, and I always have my antenna up, looking for little signs, positive or negative. But, you know, I think I'm confident we'll handle this week well, and we'll see.
You know, I was just thinking yesterday about how many seniors you have, and I was mentally going through the list of names. You have pretty good seniors here who have been leaders and have been around the block, so to speak. So
Oh, yeah.
senior leadership is so important.
No question. And we've got some great seniors, you know, Stevie Franco and Kevin Clark and Ethan Cooper and, you know, Eddie Byer and Tony Morgante, Kevin Edwards. I know I'm forgetting
Well,
somebody.
you got Tortorese in there too, right? He's a
Mason
senior?
Tortorese, Aquino Robertson.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we don't want to leave anybody out,
Right.
but these are the guys. Well, all right. Hey, good luck against Mercyhurst. Keep it going. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff Saturday. Hopefully, the weather will be good. The weather's been terrific for the most part this year. We get into November, so keep it going. That's all we can tell you right now. Thanks, Curt. All right, it'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff. Remember that coming up at Cignetti Field and George P. Miller Stadium. I didn't mention, and I know you don't like numbers, but congratulations on your 50th win.
Thanks.
He's not a numbers guy, but you know, as a member of the media, I have to mention that. We'll see you with radio and TV coverage next week with the Coaches Show for the IUP Crimson Hawks. This is Jack Benedict.